Are you broke? Because I've got 11 questions for you about money, written by my friend John Baugh for my live trivia nights. This is Trivia with Buds. And welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. Thanks for checking out my show. If you hear kids and kid noises in the background, that's because I have kids and they're running around and I'm recording while they're watching Tangled in the next room. And the walls and doors in the new house are very, very thin. So you may hear a little 1-year-old Tommy screaming about his mom, and you may hear a 4-year-old Annabelle asking me if I want to wrestle. So those are my kids, and that's what's going on in my house. Today's episode is called Money, It's a Gas. These were questions written by my friend John Baugh, who plays trivia with his LA Meetup Trivia Group all over the Inland Empire area in Southern California. And their group usually wins first or second place. They are pretty smart cookies. And John said, hey, you always talk about how you never get to play trivia, so I wrote you this big packet of trivia. And we did one of these episodes, I think last week or the week before. And now we're doing one on money. So we're going to see how many of these questions about money that I can get. You can kind of play along and see if you do better or worse than me. Spoiler alert, you will probably do better because as it turns out, I don't know much about anything. So that's how it's going to go. If you want to play trivia with me in Southern California, I'd love for you to come check out one of my nights. They are fun. They're unique. No two are the same. Sometimes you get a host like me. Sometimes you get one of my friends. Sometimes my wife, Ashley, has been hosting lately. So a little something for everybody in terms of hosts. And I'm at about 15 places at this point. New places keep popping up. You could play with me at a place called First Class Pizza. We're going to be doing bingo there on Saturday nights all through March from 7 to 9 p.m. on Saturdays in Riverside, California. And in April, we're going to start trivia there every Wednesday from 7 to 9. First Class Pizza, Riverside, California. Another very cool place is called the High Point Brewing Company, and that's over in San Dimas, California. We'll be doing bingo there every Sunday, starting the Sunday after St. Patrick's Day. So a week after St. Patrick's Day, we'll be there. I believe it's the 23rd, something like that. And we'll be there every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. Free family fun at High Point Brewing. And you can check me out every Tuesday in Laverne, California at Lordsburg Tap House. We just had an excellent Fat Tuesday there just last night. It was a great time doing a bunch of Mardi Gras and New Orleans-related trivia. So check out all those locations by going to triviawithbuds.com, clicking around, and seeing what I'm up to in Southern California. I know what you're up to right now, and it's answering 11 questions on money along with me. So let's see how many of these we can both get right now. Here we go. All right, here we go. Money, It's a Gas from John Baugh in Southern California. Question number 1, what team was the movie Moneyball about? Question number 1, what team was the movie Moneyball about? I'll give a nice little pause after the questions like that so that you can pause it if you're playing along live with someone in the car or at the gym or in your office. And then I'll give you my guess. So my guess for this one, number 1, the team that the movie Moneyball is about, I believe it is a green-colored uniform team, so I'm going to go with the Oakland Athletics, if that's a team. I think it is. The Oakland A's, that's my guess. I don't know why. I'm not super confident in it, but that is my guess. Question number 1, what was the team in the movie Moneyball? And my guess is the Oakland A's. Number 2, on what Pink Floyd album did the song Money first appear? Number 2, I know this song because it is the lead-in song to the Dave Ramsey Show, I think. I think that's their song. And I hear it every day when I fast-forward it to get to him talking and taking calls. But here it is again, number 2. On what Pink Floyd album did the song Money first appear? I think my answer for that one is going to be The Wall, because I don't know any Pink Floyd albums. I don't even know if that is a album title. I have no idea. So I'm just going to say The Wall. Number 3, who played Count de Money in the Mel Brooks movie History of the World Part 1? Ooh, this is a good question. This is a quality Mel Brooks question. Number 3, who played Count de Money in the Mel Brooks movie History of the World Part 1? My guess for that one would be, let's see, I'm going to say Mel Brooks himself because he always plays like a random character, and I feel like the characters he plays always have like a real fun turn of phrase name like that. So I'm going to say Mel Brooks plays Count de Money. Number 4, what is the lightest U.S. coin ever minted? What is the lightest U.S. coin ever minted? Okay, so I've never even really thought about the weight of coins. I guess a nickel weighs more than like a dime, right? Because it's bigger and thicker. Who knows? I have no idea. They're all the same in your hand when you're jingling them around for the parking meter. I'm going to say the lightest United States coin ever minted is, I don't know, the dime. I'm going to say the dime because that's the smallest. Number 5, what is the lowest valued United States coin ever minted? Number 5, what's the lowest valued United States coin ever minted? Okay, so the lowest valued, so that would be like, it wouldn't be one, it's got to be less than a cent, I guess. So I'm going to say something weird like a quarter of a cent, half a cent. I'm going to say a quarter of a cent with nothing to back it up with. I feel like maybe back in the Wild West times, they might have had something smaller than that. I don't know. Maybe even before that. Who knows? When were the Wild West times? Late 1800s? I don't know. Number 6. Shave and a haircut, 2 bits. What is the value of 2 bits? Shave and a haircut, 2 bits. What is the value of 2 bits? I'm going to say that is the 50 cents. 50 cents. Shave and a haircut, 2 bits. Maybe a bit's a quarter. And you got 2 of them, so you got 50 cents. There's my guess there. Number 7, in the game Monopoly, how much money does each person start with? Number 7. Okay. I think that I know this from another trivia game I played one time, and I think it's $1,500, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to try and add it up real quick. You got the, I think you get 2 500s, so you're at 1,000 right there. Then you get 2 100s, that's 1,200. 2 50s is 1,300. 6 20s, which I always thought was a weird number. That's another 120. So now we're at 1,420. Then you got the 10s. That's another $50. So that's up to 1,420, 1,470. And then you got 5 5s. That's 20. 5. I've already jacked this up. I think it's $1,500. Somehow I think it all works out to $1,500, but we'll figure that out in just a second, I guess. And number 8, how much had Della saved for Jim's gift in the gift of the Magi? How much had Della saved for Jim's gift in the gift of the Magi? Don't know what any of this means. Barely know the phrase or the name, gift of the Magi. How much had Della saved? I don't know. $10. Number 8, $10. And number 9, which president is pictured on the $100,000 bill? I didn't know that this existed, much like any of the questions in this round, but the $100,000 bill, let's see, it wasn't Mr. Burns from The Simpsons, because that was like $1 trillion bill, I think. Which president is pictured on the $100,000 bill? Okay. $100,000 bill. Who would be on that? Millard Fillmore. That's my guess. Millard Fillmore. And number 10, Lee Majors starred in the 1970s TV show as astronaut Steve Austin. That's the $6 Million Man. I definitely know that one. Sorry, I didn't take the pause. But Lee Majors starred in the 1970s TV show as astronaut Steve Austin. Pause. My guess is the $6 Million Man. That's the only one I'm confident in. Hopefully you did better. Oh, wait, there's one more question, the bonus question, for 2 points if you're playing along at home. Number 11, excluding Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, name 2 other cities where a U.S. mint has been located. Oh, I should have skipped this one. I should have pretended I didn't see it because I do not know. Excluding Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, name 2 other cities where a U.S. mint has been located. I'm going to say Philadelphia, and I'm going to say Annapolis. Philadelphia. Oh, wait, Philadelphia is the first one. Gosh, darn it. Okay, Annapolis and New York. Those are my guesses. Annapolis and New York. Okay, guys, those are the questions. Great, hard questions, John. If I was playing this by myself at a live trivia night, I would have flunked it. We're going to go over the answers in just a second to see how I did and see how you did at the same time. We'll be right back. Here we go with John Baugh's questions on money. It's a gas. Question number 1, what team was the movie Moneyball about? Hey, I was right. The Oakland Athletics. Number 1, the Oakland Athletics. Again, I think I just remembered the green-colored uniform, like on the cover of the movie or on a screenshot from the movie, and that was the one that popped in my head. I knew it was like a California team. So, Oakland Athletics. Number 2, on what Pink Floyd album did the song Money first appear? The answer was Dark Side of the Moon, which I've definitely heard of, and that's the one you can team up with Wizard of Oz, and it makes it weird, right? So I should have been able to guess that, but I did not. Number 2, Dark Side of the Moon. Number 3, who played Count DeMoney in Mel Brooks' History of the World Part 1? Harvey Korman. Definitely never would have gotten that. Harvey Korman. Harvey Korman. I think, is he the Troma guy, Harvey Korman? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. Number 4, what is the lightest United States coin ever minted? The silver 3-cent piece from 1854 to 73. Oh yeah, that one was on the tip of my tongue. The silver 3-cent piece. I knew the weight of it. Come on, John. Number 4. Number 5, what is the lowest valued United States coin ever minted? The half-cent piece. I did kind of mutter that out, and then I went and I said the quarter cent, but the half-cent piece was the answer, 1793 to 1857. Okay, little piece of info for you there. Number 6, shave and haircut 2 bits. What's the value of 2 bits? 25 cents. I was on the right track with this as well. I said that a bit was 25 cents, but 2 bits is 25 cents. That means it is 12 and a half cents, I guess, a bit. So if you said 2 bits for those two things, it'd be 25 cents. Number 6. Number 7, in the game Monopoly, how much does each person start with? It is $1,500, $1,500. Got that one. Okay, so I got Oakland Athletics, and I got that one. Number 8, how much had Della saved for Jim's gifts in the Gift of the Magi? $1.87. According to the story, 60 cents of it was in pennies. If this is true, there are 60 pennies. Then how did she get the final 7 cents? Maybe half cents? That's what he wrote. I don't know what any of that refers to, but the answer was $1.87, I guess. Number 9, which president is pictured on the $100,000 bill? Woodrow Wilson, WW. Woodrow Wilson. And number 10, Lee Majors starred in the 1970s TV show as astronaut Steve Austin. That was the $6 Million Man. Got that one. So I got 3. I got Monopoly, I got Steve Austin, and I got Moneyball. So go me. I bet you got more than 3, hopefully, out of 11. Oh, I forgot this little bonus again. Okay, any of the 2 would have worked for the U.S. Mint, says John. He says West Point, Carson City, New Orleans, Dahlonega, and Charlotte or Manila in the Philippines. I don't know. A U.S. Mint in the Philippines. I didn't know that. Okay, interesting. Carson City, I think I've heard of that. New Orleans, maybe could have guessed it. The other ones, no idea at all. It was not Annapolis or New York, as I guessed. But those are your answers to Money, It's a Gas. Thank you, John, for writing those questions. Let me play along. It's always fun for me to see what I can get right and wrong, which is mostly wrong. And thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you have something you want to plug on the show in weeks to come, let me know. Shoot me an email, ryanbuds@gmail.com. I'll work something out with you, and we could do like a question of the day thing that sponsors your business or your service or your album coming out or anything like that. And teaming up with some very cool companies to do more stuff like that very soon. So be on the listen for some cool offers and giveaways and things like that. If you want to get some giveaways in your mail, I like to snail mail people cool stuff. If you're a fan of the show, I'd love to be your pal. So go to patreon.com/trivia with buds and see all the cool stuff that you can get. I just found a stack of podcast postcards from when I first released the podcast over 2.5 years ago. And they have like an old logo, and there's a spot to put a stamp and things like that. So I'll send you one of those if you want to get some mail. Send you a nice little postcard saying what's up. Maybe send you some stickers and some other cool collectible things. So do that. And also, if you have a Nintendo Switch, I'm always looking for people to play Nintendo Switch online with, and I'd love to play some Smash Brothers with you, some Mario Kart, etc. You can find me in my friend code, which is listed in the show notes to this episode. Put my friend code in there so you can play along with me on Nintendo Switch. Sold the PlayStation, so I am 100% Switch owning right now. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. Thanks for sharing this link and telling a friend about the show. And we'll see you tomorrow for more trivia with Buds. Cheers.